As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Cause I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind...
Hello, thank you very much for joining us today. This is video 17, Unsigned and Unlisted. The first page you'll see here is newspaper clippings at the time of my grandfather's murder. There was not much news coverage after his murder, surprisingly enough. On the next page you'll see now some more newspaper clippings. My family actually put up a £25,000 reward for the conviction or information leading to the arrest to do with my grandfather's murder. Over on the next page you'll see now, this is information that I've got hold of through my international collaborations. I've managed to locate missing documents from my grandfather's safe that was left open. As you can see here, they're talking about the age of the paper, and basically they're having to make sure the documents are retrospect in respect of the age of the ink and the paper. Over on the next page here you'll see again people are wondering if these certain documents were ever executed, because they only have the unsigned documents. Over on the next page again, it's just more information about that Pacific $74 million transfer that I found from behind my grandfather's house, going from a certain accountant, which I won't name at the moment. You just have to read the paperwork there. Over on the next page you'll see here again they're having difficulty finding the certain documents in relation to that $74 million transfer. Now over on the next page again, it's just more information I'm sharing with the public to do with the fact that the person who sent the $74 million over in 1984, they can't find the original notes, and you've seen already they were discussing the age of the paper, and this is in 2003. Bear in mind that the transfer took place on the 31st of December 1984. So over on this page you can see here, this is actually my grandfather's unsigned trust deed left by him. He was actually a lawyer for 45 odd years. The two individuals that have signed this trust deed is, you can see here, is Mr Norman and R Harvey. They're mentioned in the book regularly. And also they were exposed on the Dirty Money programme 1988, done by the World in Action, which has no sound now, but fortunately I've managed to get hold of a copy of that. So again, it's an unsigned deed. These people are actually, in relation to these $74 million transfer, they profit from that transfer. Over on the next page, it's just crazy to think, after I found all of those documents, all of those years later via international collaborations, that the transfer actually even came from behind my grandfather's house. So that's pretty crazy. Now, going over to the documentary that I often talk about, it's World in Action, Dirty Money, aired on January the 11th, 1988. It has no sound on the internet. Thanks to one individual that I collaborated with, he managed to, he has a copy with sound, and what is mentioned in that is astonishing. It's drug cartels using the certain trust service provider, which is actually my trust service provider. Even better, it's the individuals that signed my grandfather's trust deed who laundered money for Jack DeVoe in Miami. So there's large amounts of money that have gone through this trust deed. Over on the next page here you'll see there's the World in Action programme, and it's talking about different offshore islands and what they were up to in 1988. Over on the next page now you will see this is another documentary that I've come across by my own research. It's to do with a policeman, Mr Brian Willard, who was exposing the Masons within the police. And surprisingly, this one has no sound as well. As you can see on the next page, the information they were discussing on the news clip is all to do with the Masons. On the next page, you'll see, again, it's the police chief is talking about Freemasons within the police. And then on the next page, you'll see these are some of the pictures of the documents. I paused the screen and tried to sort of read them, but here's some insights. And then again on the next page, we can see Mr Brian Willard was alleging that Maggie Thatcher and other people were Freemasons. You can obviously imagine what I've been saying about Maggie Thatcher and the arms deal that they've been doing. They use the same company in the offshore island that doesn't have any sound on the internet. So over on the next page now, you'll just see some more information from the reader that I've found, talking about Masons within the Metropolitan Police. And basically, the Masons just remove these troublemakers from the Met, so they really are in control. I think that's probably the end for today. Thank you very much for listening, and next video shortly. Thank you. Bye-bye.